Hey, Talks Oratory here. Welcome to my journal entry. I read my journal every Thursday. I read a snippet from my journal and then I talk about my thoughts that led to that conclusion, if it was a conclusion, or how I'm trying to navigate the problem if it's a problem. So this is dated the 31st of December 2022, so only a few days ago. Remembering and reiterating that the world offers you solutions to problems you don't have. The wording of the offer is framed by scarcity overtones, so that what you didn't think you needed now shows up as both a need and a solution. So I wrote this because I could feel the pressure of becoming reliant on my environment for inspiration, for joy, for peace, for exhilaration. I was starting to look outside of myself and rely on people around me and rely on just the outside. My channel is called Living Inside Out. My podcast is called Living Inside Out because I believe that everything we need to excel in life is within us, and we can only express the beauty of who we are on the inside, on the outside, when we live from the inside out. So this little snippet here was me reminding myself that if I go looking for solutions, or if I go embracing solutions that are being offered when I don't even have the problem that it's come to solve, I'm going to subconsciously create the problem so that the solution works. And I thought about Eve and how Eve was self-sufficient. She was God-sufficient. She was in the Garden of Eden. She had a beautiful home, had a wonderful husband. She was happy, joyful, filled with peace. She lacked nothing. She actually had a perfect life, but somehow managed to find herself in conversation with Satan, who convinced her in one or two sentences that not only was she lacking in something, but he also had the solution to the problem she had. She accepted the solution, and the problem indeed was created, or a problem was created as a result of her taking on something that wasn't hers. And so writing this was just me reminding myself to stay away from excessive motivational and inspiring information that is swirling around at this time of the year. It's the start of the year, and there's a lot of wonderful stuff that's going on, from challenges, vegan challenge, and no alcohol for 30 days, and vision boarding and everything. And it's all wonderful, all great stuff. But I think two things could happen when you feast on things that are not yours, that are not meant to be for you. One is that you end up overstuffing yourself with motivational material, and you can't actually put anything to use. Personally, for me, this is something else which I will get to read about maybe next week. I recently, and this is a quick pivot, I recently discovered that I have a tendency to esteem knowledge higher than I need to. And it means that for me, the absorbing of information is literally just waiting to happen at every turn. Every time I see something that's wonderful, I'm at risk at wanting to ingest it. And although I try to be intentional in the material that I read, I'm intentional in the material that I read, and I've surrounded myself, I've made sure that my environment is healthy with regards to the people's feeds that I see on social media, and the stuff that I watch on TV, Netflix, wherever, or the books I read, or on websites I go to. I'm intentional about it, but just because I'm intentional in surrounding myself with positive material doesn't mean that every positive material is for me, because I'm going to go into inspirational or motivational overkill and won't be able to function. It's a bit like when you overstuff your washing machine with too many clothes and you try to wash it and they don't come out clean because they didn't have room to be agitated, you know. Or if you cook a pot of soup and you put too much meat in it and you can't even get to the soup itself, that's kind of what it's like. So I wrote this because I wanted to warn myself and remind myself that I'm being surrounded by all this great stuff, and Talks, it's not all for you. But the second reason is that is what happened with Eve, or what I mentioned earlier, which is the tendency to take on a solution to a problem that is not mine, because subconsciously I'm going to end up creating the problem. I hope this blessed you, and I hope that your year has started well and you are not overdosing on good stuff, because we can do that. But this is something that's still very much on my mind, and still I'm still thinking about it. I'm going to write a bit more about it as well as time goes on, and I'll share it. But let me know your thoughts. How's your year going so far, and how are you dealing with all of the wonderfulness that's around you?